What I want to do, though, is I want to start by sharing with you a true case study. Actually, this person appears in my book, about a guy called Matt. So Matt was a client of mine. That's not actually a picture of Matt, but it's giving you an idea. And he had been made HR director for a company. Now, he'd actually been there for maybe about 15 years, and had got very high up in the company, but had got stuck one level below the board. The managing director who was there at the time just, thought he was good, but not quite good enough. Well, then a new MD came along, a guy called Mark, who'd actually been a client of mine, saw Matt's potential and promoted him. But Mark called me in and said, I want you to work with Matt because here's his problem. He is a champion at hiding his light under a bushel. He has so much talent, but you would never know it because he never lets anybody else know it. And Mark was worried that having put Matt in this position, if no one else saw it, that he would end up looking an idiot for having made the decision. So I went and had a chat with Matt, and I said, tell me how you feel about personal branding. He said, I don't think that blowing my own trumpet should be necessary because my work should speak for itself. And you know what? I absolutely agree with him. His work should speak for itself. But we don't live in la la land. And actually, in this day and age, it's often not enough. He even actually went on to tell me, I don't think he realized the irony of it, of how what he really didn't want to become was someone who just was really good at promoting themselves, like his fellow director, Gary. And the reason he particularly disliked Gary was that Gary was one of those guys who, in his words, he always knows who to be, where to be, who to be talking to, how to be seen. And he said, it really hacks me off because, he's only been here 3 years and already he's a director. And as I said to Matt, listen to what you're telling me. This guy is very good at getting himself out there. It's paid dividends. It's taken you 15 years and a change of MD to get what you wanted. So whilst this isn't all about, if you take the style and substance on a scale, I think Matt is someone who was all substance. My work should speak for itself. Gary was a bit too far on the style end of the scale. It was all talk, necessarily not necessarily action. Somewhere in between the two is a sweet spot. Because when we're talking about business, I believe that no matter what rules you want to apply, this one trounces everything. People buy people. Now, I'd be really interested if people could just type a reply, whether you understand and agree with that. Do you believe that in business people buy people? So it's not just their skills and their experience and their qualifications that gets them a job. It's who they are as a person. It's what they're offering. Would you agree?